All right, everybody, welcome back again to the KSR Performance and Fabrication YouTube channel. We're back. We're on the Blazer post sick week. It's a little gloomy outside today. Not gonna lie. Ooh, that thing looks good. Anyways, been wrapping that up after we got back from sick week. If you didn't see in the video, there's what's left of Soccer Mom's engine block. And just to touch base on it, some people insisted that we froze the block. Well, that right there wouldn't have cracked if we froze the block. So as you guys can tell, this is a L33 Gen 3 block. It's got like 200 plus runs on it, somewhere between 200, 250. Because we have swapped motors around occasionally, but that's kind of it's been our old just like standby stock block engine when we need to go try to make the car super, super light. Anyways, we finally destroyed it. So we've got some plans in the works for a new bullet for Soccer Mom, but I know you guys are here for the Blazer. And yeah, it looks like it did at the end of December. And as I have been moving forward with this thing, and as time has progressed, my own time, or my time that I have had available to work on this, keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So, I've got a plan for getting this thing done a lot quicker. It's going to change the way things were originally going to be done, but I think you guys will like the change. So let's get through the intro, tell you about what all is going on with that and how we're going to make this happen and what all we're going to do today on it. All right, everybody, before we get fully into the Blazer video, go back and check out the video for the Tahoe on the dyno yesterday. Today's the last day of the giveaway. So every $5 gets you an entry at winwithksrmerch.com. This thing, Pro Charger, Nitto tires, Bear brakes, brand new leather seat covers in the front. We put a new dash in it because you know those things are always cracking. Redid the tint on the front windows. It even has some clear tint on the inside of the front windshield. Brand new front windshield. Wanted to make sure that this thing is as good as we can make it before we send it off to one of you guys. And to be honest, if you enter right now, you got a pretty good chance of winning. For our first one, didn't do quite as well as we were expecting, but the odds are up. All right, I had to break in here for a second because we decided that for the last day of the giveaway, we are going to double entries. That means if you spend $5, you get 2 entries. And there's still a bonus for more entries over $100. If you spend more than $100 worth of stuff, you buy a few shirts and a few stickers and a few hats. You get some extra entries. So go check it out, winwithksrmerch.com. Double entries, last day. Let's go. You excited?
Yeah. If anybody wins this and they want to sell it to me, fine by me. I want this thing, but I can't win it.
Yeah.
Actually, when you first bought this thing, I wanted it. You were like, well, it's mine now. I was like, dang. And then you're like, I'm putting a Pro Charger on it and we're giving it away.
Yep. And of course, it'll get a final detail before somebody comes and picks it up. I do have some new headlights on the way for it. And we're even going to have the front bumper repainted just because it's got a few little rock chips and imperfections. And like I said, I'm trying to make this thing as nice as I possibly can for you guys so that you can enjoy this thing for a long time. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's got a Circle D high stall torque converter in it. And this thing gets down. Now, I had planned to take it to the racetrack and go run it, to show it off during the build series. But we got tied up with it, which is one of the reasons why we haven't worked on the Blazer as much lately. And then we had races to deal with. So,
we had sick week.
Right now, real time, you're at Sebring.
Yeah.
Winning some Trans Am races.
I hope we're winning.
Yes. Well, you'll be crew chief and lead to a win.
Yeah.
Co-crew chief. And
I was gonna say that.
I'm the
first time you called me co-crew.
I'm the remote crew chief.
Remote crew chief.
Remote co-crew chief.
I'm the on-site co-crew chief. Right?
WinWithKSRmerch.com. Today's the last day to enter. Check out yesterday's video to see what it made on the dyno. It's more than I was hoping for, so that's always a good thing. And let's get to the Blazer. Between all the projects we've got going on here, been tuning on the Camaro, been working with the Tahoe with Matt Sanford. We've got this Corvette that's in from Canada. I was down here racing the World Series of Pro Mod Drag Illustrated Winter Series. They keep having some problems with it, so we put it on the dyno. It's a turbo car, but you can see it's missing some stuff, like missing the turbo because the turbo is in here on the bench because we're trying to figure some things out. But
what you want?
Come here. I need some help.
Okay.
So, like I said, I can't do it by myself like I thought I was gonna.
Oh, you need reinforcements.
I need reinforcements.
You need Big Dad to come in here and show you how it's done.
Well, you know, you've in some ways transitioned into the role that I used to have where you're kind of managing a lot of the shop stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I know we're still waiting on the body for the Corvette to come in, and that's kind of been your main project.
Yeah.
So between us both managing over there, I think we can get a lot of work done on this, tag teaming it.
Plus, what we're about to do, we just did.
What
All the rear suspension, we just did it on my truck.
True.
Same thing.
Yep. Just like we did before Sick Week.
Yeah.
Got to do basically the same exact stuff to the back of this thing, although I did weld the cross member in already. So we didn't weld the shock mounts to it and the anti-roll bar tabs.
It'll be fine.
So today, and this is something we've been needing to do for a little while, we are going to, well, first we got to, clean up some of the rust back off of this thing because she got a little rusty sitting here through December and January. I have finished making the straps. They're somewhere over there on the parts cart. But we're going to weld the top straps in for the gas tank. And then we are going to set the rear end housing back in so that we can figure out where the shocks are going to go, where the anti-roll bar is going to go. There's a good chance we're just going to slice the floor back here. And
building a dang pro mod.
Not a pro mod.
Floor? Titanium floors?
What? No.
Carbon floors?
No, just some sheet metal. Jeez, we'll bead roll it. We'll make it nice. Maybe we'll put LS George in the tin work. Like that.
All right, that's a you project.
That would be kind of cool.
I can't do it. Do that.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do it. So anyways, then once we get all of that kind of mocked up, Eddie's going to design up some coilover mounts.
Yep.
Because this thing is, we're trying to keep it to where like I said, the shocks and everything all kind of work out to where they are straight up and down, because that's how I like to mount coilover shocks or any kind of adjustable shock. I like it to be as straight up and down with the suspension movement as possible, just because I get more shock travel per inch of suspension travel, which then, allows me to have better control over those movements with the shock adjustments. Hopefully that all made sense. Did that make sense? I feel like it kind of made sense.
Sure.
Sure? Perfect. All right, so anyways, we're going to bust out the time-lapse camera, do a little grinding, get back to where we can start cranking on this thing, and we need to make it a roller and get the body down, back mated to this thing.
So is that the goal for this video?
Get the body back on it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know we're still waiting on our axles from Mark Williams.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to call Doug on that. Because
that's not a thing you can just go online and order with the whole, part owner deal. And
yeah, and like because it's like, we're dealing with the owners, their paying customers are more important than this project that is obviously, we don't need axles like right now. So I get it. But I need to call them because I would really like to put axles in this thing and a new third member.
Yeah, we're going to get an aluminum third member, right?
Yeah. Yeah, forget that iron.
Yeah,
thing.
Iron.
Yeah, this thing's, it's going to be, we're trying to make as bulletproof of a setup as we can make. So I'm going to stop yapping. We're going to get the tools. We're going to get our personal protective equipment on. PPE. All right, we're going to get to work. Why you look so bored?
Waiting on you.
Oh, that's fair. So, got a little bit done yesterday, but today is another day.
Yep.
And we got to keep moving forward. We got the fuel tank straps welded in. Saw it was a tag team collaborative effort.
Yep. Yeah. I did the hard part. You did the easy part.
I bent them up. Good
Yeah,
grief.
I did the very easy part. I think only thing I did was like tack these and trim those.
Yeah, you had to shorten that one just to fuzz.
Yeah, and then like got it level and in place and then.
Yep. So now, well, actually, I started welding the underside of those buckets. I was doing that. Had to go run out yesterday to pick up kids from school. You know, the usual. But we're going to knock this cross member out and move it up between the leaf spring buckets. We already measured that out, got that scienced out to where we're going to hold that just like it is right now. I don't think it's going to move.
I don't think it's going to move
because it's supported there and there. But that is eventually coming out. But it'll probably be after we weld the cage and everything back to it.
Yeah.
But I kind of would like between, I don't know if we'll do it or not, but either between where that cage bar lands, like do a bar that comes up and over the drive shaft. Maybe. Don't know. Don't quite know yet. Blah.
Too much weight.
Well, I mean, like if you look at, like if there's nothing in the middle, because the transmission cross member is going to be removable. I guess there will be a drive shaft loop cross member that will weld in, like up in its correct spot. Because I'm not a big fan of the drive shaft loops that just bolt and hang off the back of a transmission cross member, because if you ever blow a drive shaft up, they're just going to rip that junk right off. Like 100% going to just destroy it, and then possibly destroy your floor. And bad things happen. So we're actually going to have a dedicated drive shaft loop cross member. Even if it is a pound or two extra.
Oh,
it's fine. All right, anyways, I guess we'll get back going on the time lapse. Keep on trucking on this thing. And maybe that meets this later in this video. We'll see. I want to cut out more stuff. I'm not going to lie.
I like that. I like cutting out like double sheet metal things and all this crap.
Well, and especially if we end up putting the anti-roll bar above the frame there.
Yeah.
Like, which actually, you know what, we're doing that before. So we'll remove that forward, and then we're basically going to put the rear end in this thing.
And then do all the rear suspension. And
yep. Yeah, because we got some other send stuff. Actually, that crank trigger ring probably was enough for freight by itself. So you already ordered it?
Nope, didn't.
Oh, we should probably order that.
Should probably do that.
Gotcha. All right, well, time for us to get back to work, get some stuff done. I'm only here for an hour this morning because my youngest has a gymnastics competition on a school day. Not thrilled about that, but on a school day. Luckily,
I mean, she's probably very thrilled about that because she's in the office chilling right now.
Oh yeah, she's having a good time. She's eating a salad, like, you know. But we got to drive an hour down to Ocala, which thankfully it's only Ocala, but still, all the other little kids that are going to this thing, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a fan. Maybe I'm too old school. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Missing school for sports activities.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to weigh in on this. When I was in school, my dad used to pull me out of school to go to racing events. We used to fly from the Caribbean up to the States during school to go to racing events. And my teachers were like, "You're going racing? That's stupid. You shouldn't be doing that instead of school." And look at me now. I build race cars. It's literally my job.
Yeah, but...
So, hey, that could be her job one day. But it could also be on a Saturday.
Could be on a Saturday.
Be on a Saturday.
But, like, you know, the reality of kids in sports competitions is there's a very, very small percentage of the people that make it to the pros. And literally, gymnastics, you're, like, once you're to the college level, you're done. And then you're either a coach or you go find another job.
Yeah, that's true.
Like what you were doing, career beneficial.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope this comes back and I'm wrong about this in 20 years and, you know, maybe she's an Olympic head coach. I don't know. But today, when she's missing school for a gymnastics competition, I guess I'm just not the most thrilled about it.
Fair.
Okay.
All right.
We got to get back to work. Where are you going? What'd you do?
Let's see if we have metal. I flipped it. We flipped it.
We flipped it. You didn't. You didn't flip it. So some of you guys may have seen that this thing was bent. Like these tabs were.
What was it? How was it? Ah, okay. That's a scientific term.
Yeah, I'm full of sound effects. If you guys didn't know that. So we shoved it back forward to where it's supposed to be, took some measurements, made sure it was square, made sure it was level. And then we added these. Fit that in there real nice. I'm actually about to weld these holes up just because, you know. And since the last bit of video, time lapse, I thought I was time lapsing, but I wasn't. So didn't get a lot of time lapse, even though there's been probably 30 hours put into this frame since we rolled it out here. We got a bunch of stuff. We might have filmed welding up the fuel tank or the shock crossbar. I know we filmed your shock bracket. Oh, we could show those.
Oh, yeah. There might be music in there.
So we haven't gotten them done in steel yet because we are going to get frame back under the body
Today.
Mm-hmm. And then once we get the engine and transmission set in the car, then we can set the rear end in and figure out where this is going to be in relation, to that. And then we want to make this where it's tucked up under the back of the pumpkin. So check out Eddie's bracket he designed up. And then we 3D printed them for a mock-up. Yep. We made some spacers to turn the TRZ bracket into a double shear arrangement here. Mm-hmm. For our TRZ anti-roll bar.
It's the same thickness as the billet shock bracket.
Yep, and the way this will go is the shocks hang off the back of the rear end, the anti-roll bar hangs off the front of the rear end, the arms go up to somewhere on the chassis, to be determined. Once we put everything back in there. And you can see kind of where the center line of the rear end is. So anti-roll bar will be hanging off the front.
Mm-hmm. And then the big hole is for a brace tube.
Yep.
That big.
Yep, that hole right there.
Hole. Take a 1-inch tube and it'll go to the housing.
The pumpkin.
Not the pumpkin. Is it the pumpkin?
I don't know, actually.
I don't know. I thought the pumpkin was like the third member. But you can't go to that.
Can't go to the third member because that's got to get taken out. Yeah. But dyno. Actually, the video of us dynoing that's probably going to come out before this video. So because we're going to do that. The giveaway Tahoe on the dyno. Today's the last day of the giveaway.
Oh yeah.
You better be buying stuff because tomorrow you're no longer eligible. And I keep spending money on that thing to make it even better. And I should probably be careful that I spend way more money on it than we actually get in. But, there is that. Anyways, we're going to get back to work. Eddie's working on mounting the straps for the fuel tank. I've got a little bit of welding to do up there. Oh, you got the thing. You got them totally out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Lightweight.
Yeah, I cut this out, and then there were like little tabs that came off. So then I plasma cut those out and plasma ground the welds out. That's my new favorite thing to do.
That is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I hadn't done that until you showed me that trick.
Yeah, and then knock these out.
Sweet. Yeah, you can see I welded the frame together there so we could drill the rivet out because we're making plates that where are those at?
I have no idea.
I thought I had them right here. Oh, there they are. They're on the cart. So we're making plates where the rear leaf spring sliders bolt to, getting rid of those giant tabs. So we'll make a plate that mimics the base of this. And then that will be able to be bolted on, and we'll be able to shim it so that we can fine tune the ride height if we need to without making a big swing on the front holes. Yeah. So that's the idea.
Because ideally you want to be able to move both of them to change the ride height without changing the angle of the leaf springs because that changes the pinion angle.
Yep, that too.
Yeah. So
that too. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up and get back to work. Here we go. that's a good plan. Well, you guys can see it's kind of afternoonish, and went to go deliver one of my kids to gymnastics. It's normally 25 minutes from the shop. Turned into an hour because of some kind of crash or some kind of delay, or maybe it's just afternoon traffic in Gainesville. I don't know.
You need a plane.
Sounds like I need a plane. That's right. Although dropping Corey at gym out of an airplane would be a bit challenging.
Well, no, it's a short takeoff and landing.
I could land it on the roof. Yeah, I'll park it on the top of the shop. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen Freedom 500, Garrett's giving away a dadgum airplane, and I love flying.
Really? You haven't flown in a year.
I haven't worked on my pilot's license in over a year. That's sad.
Yeah.
Been busy. But check that out. Hold up one of the straps so that people can see what they might have seen it in the time lapse.
I got to round these corners still.
Got to round the corners. You got to finish welding that. But we'll actually get those powder coated. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So just like all of this is lighter than I don't know, we should weigh it, but I bet it's lighter than all the straps. So, some 2-inch wide by 1/8 thick chromoly strap, and then some chromoly roll bar tubing there. It's got a nut welded in there on the backside. That's warm.
Yeah, I just welded that.
That
I literally
is
just
warm.
welded it.
Got a captured nut under there, so literally don't have to have somebody holding a wrench on the top side of it anymore. So that worked out super awesome. But the plan was to get it back under there today. We realized once it's up against the floor, we can't paint the top side of the frame. So we are going to snatch this thing outside real quick. Going to move the girlfriend's car because that would be bad if I got overspray on that. We should probably move CJ's truck if we're going to do it out back.
Yeah.
But I better put the phone down so we can get this going, because Eddie's going to wrap this up, and then him and CJ are headed for Sebring because it's the Trans Am race this weekend.
We're going racing without Kevin.
Trans Am season opener. I know. I got a gymnastics competition in, I don't even know. I think Tampa. I don't have a gymnastics competition. My youngest daughter has a gymnastics competition. No, my middle daughter. Next week is the youngest in Coral Springs, Florida, which is like 4 hours away. 4.5 hours away. It's basically Fort Lauderdale.
All I'm hearing is you really need a plane.
Yes. Holy crap, that would be awesome. Fly in for her gymnastics meets.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be killer.
Land in the parking lot.
I need a helicopter for that.
You find somebody's tow truck driving along the road, just land on the tow truck.
Land on top of their race car trailer.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to get to work. Probably won't film this because you guys have seen people paint stuff before. But the next clip will probably be us putting the frame back under the body tomorrow morning. So, see you then. All right, back the next day, and just like I mentioned, the next thing you guys would be seeing is us putting the frame under the body. We got her all painted up on the top side. Use some Rust-Oleum high performance professional spray can enamel, something cheap-ish. It's crazy how expensive spray paint has gotten these days. 4 cans of it was like $50. So, anyways. But I said something earlier in this video that, I wanted to touch base back on, and that was that we had spent probably 30 hours between clips working on this thing. And there's a lot of just little things that we've done that not a lot of people are even going to notice, but it's kind of the kind of stuff that I like to do when I have the liberty to on a project. And some of that is like a lot of the stuff that was here on the frame, the old, the old cross member, there was little bits of it left. And I'm even going to take and grind this up a little bit where they had welded it back together. But we took all of that off underneath the frame, welded some of the seams in some spots where it was kind of dirty. I even shortened these back a little bit right here, these tabs, because we don't need them. We've got the support there. We did that in a lot of little places along the frame. Cleaned up little bits of it here and there, just to make it that much nicer when you get under it and look at it. There was a spot, I think it's that spot right there. Oh, nope, it's this spot right here. I struck a weld right here just to try and get rid of some porosity, and this corner just exploded. So, ground on it and dug it out, and I think what it is you guys can see there's a panel here, and then there's this panel here. I think just over time, oils and dirt and stuff have gotten between these panels and worked their way down to this corner here. And when I hit it with the welder and got the metal liquid, the disgustingness that was between the metal panels just exploded, ruined a TIG torch, like the end of it and the gas lens. And anyways, complaints of a fabricator. But this thing is going together today, and that's exciting. So rather than sit here and yap about it, let's get to work. Well, we are about to make this thing a unibody. I mean, kind of yes, kind of not. It still has a stock frame underneath it, clearly. There's obviously a stock frame underneath it. But I got all my trimming done. I guess let's start back here. And right now she's all centered up, ready to weld. So laying on the frame right there, we're gonna bust out the welder and start welding all that. Laying on the frame over here. Actually, you can kind of see how can you see through the gap there where how close there we go. The fuel tank straps come to the floor, which the tank actually sticks up above those fuel tank straps. So, got all that situated. Pretty good chance I'm cutting the tubs out of this thing, I think. We're about to find out. Maybe. Don't know. But anyways, up here, The underside of the body mounts here are laying right on the frame. Yeah, still gonna cut that out right there. And I'm gonna tie this piece of 1/8 inch plate that lands the cage, or at least ties the cage to the floor. We're gonna weld that right to the frame. And then there's still the outriggers underneath the floor that tie into the frame rail down there. But anyway, this thing is about to become permanent. And sure, you can, or you could cut all this back out if you really, really wanted to. But the intention is that it doesn't need to come back out, because this thing's gonna go out there and perform just like they need it to. Run some 850 stuff, run some 950 stuff. Nice, reliable race car, race truck, race SUV. Anyways, I'm gonna turn the time lapse back on again, and we're gonna get back to work. You know, some of you were saying we haven't got a lot of work done on this thing in a while, and you're right. But in this video, we're getting a lot of work done. A lot of work done. And then next week, there's gonna be another one. Because once the chaos of the giveaway Tahoe gets over, or at least, you know, doing videos and doing all that stuff, Eddie and I will be focusing on this a lot. And actually, I just got an update from them down in Sebring. Things are going really good with the Viper. So if you're tuning in, you can actually follow along with live timing on Race Monitor. That's an app you can download on your phone. He is number 84 in the SGT class in the Trans Am series. And then on Sunday on YouTube, Trans Am will live stream the race. So hopefully we'll be in the race. We don't have any problems between now and then. Hopefully we can win another one, because I think he's won 5 or 6 Sebring races in Trans Am. That's his home track. Started racing there in Sebring with Trans Am in 2013, I believe. We go way back there. Anyways, time for me to shut up and get back to work. All right, y'all. Well, the Blazer is now a unibody. And I'm not completely done yet, but you see we wrapped some weld around that body mount. You saw in the time lapse, did the back body mounts, got the main hoop outriggers, both of those welded back to the stock frame rail chassis. That's now part of this unibody car. Unibody SUV. Anyways, so got her all welded together down there. And now things are about to get real exciting. Eric started working on one of the down bars over there, But then he had to go run out for some errands. Eddie and CJ are down at Sebring, kicking butt down there with Lee. And I'm wrapping up today. Ooh, I see another spot I got to weld down there. So see that spot right there? Yeah, that's going to get welded, both sides. Trim that back a little bit on the floor, a little bit more. And who knows, I might even wrap that plate down to the floor somehow or another. I don't know. We're to a point now where we can really start sending it on some stuff. And that is exciting. In the next video, we'll see if we can slide a tire up in there, or whether or not I'm gonna have to trim on the fenders or frame rails or anything like that at this right height. Because ideally, I want it to be able to be that low. And I don't know how I can, maybe that gives you kind of an idea. Like neck high-ish on me. And I'm 6 foot tall. So I'm excited because I know it's taken me too long to get to this point, but we're going to go a little faster from here forward. That's the plan. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up because I want to get this out for Saturday early. And I know I got to go out of town tonight to make it to a gymnastics competition for tomorrow morning. It's gymnastics season for both my daughters. And they're at different levels. So they have gymnastics competitions at different towns and different cities. Sometimes on the same weekend. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you all for watching and subscribing. Get yourself entered in the KSR giveaway Tahoe. Today is again the last day, which, I'll make it easy. You can just scan that. Bam! And you can buy a sticker. Well, a KSR sticker. So this one, 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 this one. These other ones are just the stuff that's in there. Circle D, Bear, Racetronics, Pro Charger, all that good stuff. And it's been kind of a fun thing. Maybe we'll do another one eventually. See how this one all worked out. It will be in some more videos as we wrap up a few more cosmetic stuff and put some valve springs in it, and we will dyno it again, which if you watched yesterday's video on the dyno, you'll know why we're going to put some valve springs in it. Anyways, thank you again for watching, subscribing, following along. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. It's starting to rain. That's Florida. See you guys next time.